because of making the Prom film, that led me to make the next film, which is called The Last White Night, Is Reconciliation Possible? And that film is about me finding the Klansman who hit me in the head, who punched me in the head 43 years later, and sitting down with him to see if reconciliation was possible, to see if two people who had technically been enemies, if we could just sit and talk to each other, if we could just have a conversation that wasn't violent. And so I met with them 5 times over 5 years and did long interviews with them those 5 times. And that became the core of the next film. And one of the other most wonderful compliments I've got, because, we toil away, right? And, newspapers or magazines either interview you either sell or don't sell. We're freelance artistry. Freelance artists is not the easiest way to make a living. And usually I invest what savings I can in my own films to get them made. Right now, I'm hoping to find some big Hollywood producer to help me make some of the drama feature films I want to make, which are scripted and wonderful, because the key is the tools of money, right? The hammer or the saw to make the film. Morgan saw the film the first time, and he's in both films, Prom Night in Mississippi and The Last White Night. And I showed him both films in his living room, both times, because he was involved. I wanted to do it personally. And he watched The Last White Night, and he didn't say anything. He grunted a few times. And when it was over, we had lunch. There was a mutual friend with us, and he didn't say anything about the film. Nothing, not a word. And I didn't bring it up because I thought if he wants to say something, he knows how to say something. 6 months later, we're sitting together in Toronto. I brought him up to Toronto for a fundraiser that he was kind enough to be part of. 6 months later, we're sitting in Toronto, and out of the blue, he says, "I watched your film again." I said, "Oh." He said, "I don't know how you did that. I would have punched him out. I don't know how you did that. How did you sit there and have that conversation with him and not get enraged?" And I said, "Well, I wasn't there to be right. I wasn't there to convince him of anything. I was there to try and understand him, and hopefully he would understand me, and that would be reconciliation, to be able to simply talk to each other without the violence of our first meeting." He said, "Well, I got to hand it to you. I couldn't have done that." So that was a lovely moment.